Hi, and welcome back. Today, playing a game of Sandpaper Solitaire. I've got knives everywhere that need to be hand sanded out and everything. I've got 9 of this kind of a production run knife, I guess. Got one of each style there. Got 5 of one, 4 of the other, and I broke one, so that's the reason I don't have 5 and 5. I broke it kind of straightening it. It kind of bent in the heat treat, and I was trying to straighten it, and it broke. So anyway, with that being said, I've got a bunch of them to do. I've got, I don't know, there's probably 20 knives laying here. There's 2, there's 4, there's 6, there's 8, there's 10, there's 12, there's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right there. So, plus 2 I've got already had finished out, except for a handle. I've got handles glued on there now. Thought I'd try me some Loveless bolts, and this time see just see how it worked out. So anyway, I like them all right. I'll know more about it when I go did some handle shaping. I want to get 4 or 5 of them handles going at a time there. So when they dry, I've got a bunch of them I can just stand and start finishing the handles on. But this one right here, I've done a little root to forge on this one. I kind of beat on it a little bit there, so it'd have some hammered dings in it. I'm going to leave them little hammered dings right up here on top of the blade there. Everything background out, everything else off, including my maker's mark, but that's all right. It'll have the dog paw pin in there. So anyway, I'm in for it for a while. So I'm supposed to have some more sandpaper, a different brand for me to try, delivered sometime, hopefully Monday. So I've got enough of this right here to last for a little while. Well, anyway, try new things, see if I can get paper to last a little better, cut a little better. This is wood or metal right here, but hey, it's better than nothing. So I'm gonna get back on this, and when I start a new knife, I'll bring you in. Maybe do this little neck knife next after I get this one finished out, and I'll bring you back in for this one just to show you on it what kind of process I go through. This one happens to be old one tool steel here. So anyway, I'll get on with the 1095, and I'll be back in a little bit. just to prove the fact that Sam Towns is not the only knife maker that has a wannabe partner chicken and everything. Say hello, Margaret. Come on, Margaret. You gonna say hello? Or you just gonna... Yeah. Gotta come check on me all the time, don't you? Right, yeah. Have you laid your egg today? Have you laid your egg today? Yeah. Maybe. Alright. Time for you to go lay eggs. Or lay your egg today. Chickens. Okay, this is what I was talking about with the 01. I've got a little bit rusty right there where something's got on there and it went through there. But anyway, you can see it's got a shimmery pattern. Well, not a light, it ain't doing that. But anyway, it's got a pattern in it. In the metal. You see the straight grains, the lines and everything where it's being ground and everything, but it's got that, it'll have that little, it's like a real tight basket weave thing there going on. And it looks like little shimmers, like there's part going up and part going down, but anyway, the finished knife will have that in there. If you don't polish it or anything, you just cut it, make a knife out of it, and it'll have that. So like in the handles here on this thing, back here in the back where I've not sanded it, it'll still have that little bit of a grain structure in it that you can see. See where I just cleaned it off. You can see that little bit of grain structure going through there. Little striations going through there. I noticed that on the first ones that I made with the 01. That's the reason I know this is 01, because the other side wasn't as rusty as this one, and I could see the same patterns as this. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you in on a little tip on that. Now that's the only metal that I know I can do that with. The rest of it, I don't know if it's fit for a horseshoe or for a boomerang or whatever. I know that's yeah. I know that it's that's the reason that 100% of my knives outside of this, unless I know exactly what it is and what it's going for, is all made out of known steel. You can use mystery steel if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with practicing on stuff that you're not, that you don't know what is. But me, I had rather spend the money to get a known product with a known specific heat range and hardening and tempering cycle that it's always somebody else with the big IQ boys, the eggheads, do and come up with what makes this optimal. I don't have optimal situations. I have to go by color and magnet, whether it goes non-magnet or not, and that for temperature. Eventually I will get a heat treat oven, or I will make one, and that way I can do it. I won't have to worry, rely on the forge to harden everything. But like I said, I've been going at it for quite a while, and I've never had a knife come back to me. I mean, they may all come back tomorrow, I don't know, or maybe waiting in a mailbox for me to fix or replace. So, but at the same token, like I said, I've got since 15 plus friends and everything else. I have never got a knife back. I don't know if that was just luck on my part or skill or whatever you want to call it. But that's all I can stand by. The next dozen I sell or next 100 I sell, they may everyone come back. I don't know, but I hope not. That's the reason I use known steel. And so, you know, if you want to make a knife and sell it out of a coil spring, then that's on you. I don't want to do that. I might do it for me, but I don't know what the coil spring is. You know, it's usually 5160. Everybody says, well, what if you got one that's something else? Well, if you pick up a piece of 5200, 52100, and think it's a piece of 5160, and you get on it and you go to working it and you work it wrong and it just crumbles right in front of you, you know, it'll do it. If you get it too cold and hit it, it'll just every which way. I've tried it. 52100 is tough under the hammer. You have to keep it super hot, and I don't have enough to keep a big piece of 52100. Or if I had a press, yes, I'd make a lot more knives. I would make knives out of 52100. It's good steel for that. And but I don't have a press. And when I get a press, then I will, or when I build a press or whatever else like that, I will start doing that and step up the quality of steel that I'm using, the alloy steel. I don't believe I'll ever use any stainless. I might if I get a really good either a kiln or a heat treating oven where I can hold it. So that's because a lot of that stainless steel stuff's got to be held for X amount of time at like 1900 degrees for X amount of time, you know. And then you've got to air quench it between aluminum plates and air and do that. Some of it you don't even have to do that. You just take it out, but you got to wrap it all up in foil to keep the oxygen away from it. I'm assuming it will do pit and everything else with oxygen, and it'll just peel away or may not do nothing. But anyway, that's me rambling right here. But that was just, I thought I'd just show that you know, and these fluorescent lights right here, they're LEDs, and they make all kinds of little shimmery light anyway. So, but come on, get in there. There we go. Yeah. So, need a steel rack for my known steels. I write it down on it. On this I don't have to because it's still in the wrapper. Well, I've yammered enough. It's time to get this fat boy back on hand sanding, which is going to be a bunch. When I get them hand sanded up, then I got to worry about handles. I've got several set of antlers over there for the hidden tangs, and I got some cut up to use as scales. So you lose a lot when you cut it up for scales. But where you do it with a hidden tang, it's nice. I like working with it anyway, with the bone, the antler. It's the reason it's dog bone. I like antler. You know, it's just about all of them will have some part of a bone in them or around them or whatever, even if it's nothing but a antler bead on a lanyard. If I put a lanyard on them, or if I include a fire starter with them and everything and like that, it'll have a lanyard and a bead to help lock it in so it don't lose out. So anyway, I've got several more hours of this going, so got to get on it. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I've got this side of this big one right here done. This one's up, smoothed out and everything. Now this side right here is, you see the moon? Come on. Light. Yeah. See the moon on it already, which I'll sand that off on that, but you can still see it on this side. I could buff it and just do nothing but buff this, and it bring the moon line out great. I wouldn't even have to dip it in anything, you know. I don't know if I want to do this in ferric chloride or in vinegar. But anyway, when I get this one done, I'm going to call it a night. So it'll be in the morning sometime or another. I've got, how many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4. This makes 5 I've done since about, I don't know, 10 o'clock. I get these big ones out of the way. That's what I was shooting for, to get the big ones out. And I'll have these little ones like this. You know, we only got one more right here, the big ones. This won't take too awful long shooting. If nothing else, I'll go back out there to the bench and to the grinder and give it another little lick or two. Wish I'd done that with this one, but I didn't. And it's not set up for this one, to grind this one. I don't want to spend the next 15 minutes getting set up to grind this one, so I'll just hand sand it for the next 2.5 or 3 weeks. So anyway, I'm gonna call it a night after this, and I'll come back in the morning.